Welcome back to the Bucket Boys. I'm out here in the woods just outside of Des Moines. I'm not going to give you an exact location because that wouldn't be kosher for what I'm doing here today. It is the beginning of May. It has been raining. It finally warmed up, and that means one really important thing. It's mushroom hunting time, and I've found a few. I'm gonna hopefully give you a few tips here to help you find some mushrooms yourself. Stick with us. Before we move on, please, we would really appreciate if you subscribe and drop a like on this video if you think it helped you out. Stick with us. We're gonna try to find some more mushrooms here. This is the Bucket Boys. There it is. My first Morel of the year. That's a little yellow. I thought I was gonna be finding grays out here today, but that's a good sign. Hopefully there's more around it. Okay, here is my first tip. Be looking for dead trees that have just recently lost their bark, but are still standing. Something about that is what these morels are really gonna grow around. I also like to be near the edge of the woods. I just seem to find more in that location than when you get really down deep in the woods. And as a matter of fact, I was just filming this and look at this. I love it. Little yellows. I actually walked right over those. I don't know how I didn't see those. Okay, when you pick a morel, try not to disturb the root system. I don't have a knife with me, but a knife would be ideal. So break them off above the ground. I've always been told that leaving the roots will help. I'm not sure that it's actually true, but anything to make sure that a spot doesn't get ruined is something I'm gonna do. Oh, I thought there were only 3. Look at this little guy. He's dried up. Look at that little guy. That's pretty neat. Okay, the next tip, after you find one mushroom, make sure you slow down and look very carefully around the area that you've been through. More than likely, morels grow in a bunch, so double check, make sure you're not missing anything, and that'll help you out. Okay, once again, this is why you check an area. I don't know how many times I walked over this filming that last little segment, but looky here. It's literally a foot in front of me and I had no idea. That is awesome. Okay, when you're morel mushroom hunting, you have to be very careful that you pick the right type of mushroom. Morels are pretty easy to identify because they're completely hollow through the stem up into the cap. There is a type of mushroom that I call a false morel. I'm not a mycologist, so I don't know what the technical term of them is, but I call them a false morel. And instead of being hollow all the way through that mushroom, the cap will actually fold over and not be hollow when you cut it in half. So when you cut them in half, if they're not completely hollow, make sure you don't eat it. I don't know what'll happen to you. I've never eaten one. I can't imagine it'd be good. I almost stepped on this guy too. Look at that. These are nice and fresh. Not dried up. This could be a good year if it keeps going like this. Timing is very important with morel mushroom hunting. There's a few things you can look for in the timber that really kind of starts to give you an indication as to whether morels might be popping. The first thing is when the soil temperature gets above 50 degrees. Kind of hard to tell when that is. You can use some websites to see what the soil temperatures are. Those are decently accurate, but it mostly pays to just get out in the field and check for some indicators. The first thing that I look for is when the wild phlox start to bloom. That's a really good indication that morels might be popping. A lot of people talk about May apples. Generally when those begin to leaf out, not when they're fully leafed out, that tends to be a little bit too late, but that's one other indicator. Honestly, those are probably the 2 biggest things. You want to get out before a majority of the trees really have a lot of leaves on them. The understory needs to be kind of just starting to green up and the trees just starting to extend the buds. Those are the big indicators. So just pay attention to that when you go out and that'll hopefully help you. Old corn cobs looking awful lot like morel mushrooms. I don't know how many times these have fooled me. Oh well, keeps me on my toes. My next tip, wear sunglasses or glasses or something to cover your eyes, because when you're looking down, it's inevitable that a stick is going to poke you right in the face. You don't want to lose an eye out here mushroom hunting. Even though I look like an idiot, you don't need a mustache to find mushrooms. I don't know why I have this on my face right now, but I do. One of the big keys to finding mushrooms is just, you really got to get out and put some miles on those hiking boots. You can look at all the forums and Facebook posts that you want, but until you're out there actually looking, you're probably not going to have much luck. One of the big debates in mushroom hunting is what kind of sack you should bring when you're mushroom hunting. I usually carry a mesh sack. I don't know, they say the spores fall out of the mushrooms. I don't know if it's true or not. I did not necessarily plan on coming out today, so I scrounged up a plastic bag out of the back of my car. Let me know what you think your thoughts are on the bag debate. Are you a mesh bag, or are you just a plastic grocery sack type of person? I'm interested to know what you think. Gray here. Look at that. Sneaky. We're gonna keep the tips rolling here. As much as you probably want to keep a spot secret, you should keep them secret, but take somebody with you. It's a lot more fun to spend some time out in the field when you're with somebody else than just by yourself. Just make sure they keep it secret. Right, Blayten? Where are we at, Blayten?
Oh, just somewhere in the woods.
That's right.
You'll never know.
Hopefully these tips helped you out. If you find any mushrooms this spring, let us know down below in the comments. Subscribe so you can keep up with any new videos that we put out. We appreciate it. That's the Bucket Boys. We'll see you later.